Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live, and today's tutorial we're going to show you how to set up your PC for event speaker webcasting using only one PC computer. Today's instructions include three parts. 1. To set up your PowerPoint. 2. Connect to a service to send us your PowerPoint feed. And 3. Connecting to another service to connect your camera and mic feed to us. So let's get started. In order to open up two different windows, we've set up the screen as a template here and into three separate parts. You just have to imagine these lines are here so you have three different parts. So let's go ahead and open up your PowerPoint. And it's going to open up full screen like this. And we want to basically make it smaller so we can fit two separate screens. First, we want to enable content so that you can do any kind of editing. It'll fill out the screen that way. And let's go ahead and make it smaller. And I can't grab the edges. It's not allowing me to grab the edges to make it smaller. Why? Because the screen is locked in full screen mode. What we want to do is go up here, and the little square button is going to reduce the size of the whole screen. Sometimes it will be smaller, sometimes a little bigger. Anyway, now that I've hit the square button, I can grab the top edge of this and move the screen around, or I can grab the corners. You can see the diagonal arrows, and I can make the screen bigger or smaller to any size I want. So once I got it a little bit smaller, I'm going to grab the screen to move it around, and I'm going to push it up to the top right of the screen and right around there, right in the corner there. And then grab the bottom here, and I can resize it to any size I want. But for it to work perfectly for our purposes today, we want to have it 2/3 size of the screen. So this is 1/3. This is 2/3. You have to imagine that the red lines are there, so you won't see it on your screen. Once we got it 2/3 screen size, we're just going to drag this down here. It doesn't have to go to the very bottom, as long as it's this close to the left, and it's taking up 2/3 of the right side of the screen. Now let's go ahead and set this slideshow ready to go. What we have to do is go to Slideshow, and then set up slideshow right here. Set up the slideshow. Let's click that, and it's normally defaulting under show type as presented by speaker full screen. We don't want that. We're going to be sending our feed in as a window, and right underneath there's a window, an individual browse by individual window. So let's click that, and that will set that part up. We can hit the OK to open up a new window. Now we want to start the slideshow from the beginning, so let's go ahead and click that, and it will start it here. I can use the left and right arrow keys to go from one page to the next. On the bottom here, it tells you exactly which slide you're on. I'm on slide 4. I'm on slide 5. I'm going to go back to slide 1. 3, 2, 1. And that concludes part 1 of our 3-part instructions. Let's move on to part 2, which is sending the PowerPoint to us via a program called Whereby. And we're going to email you 2 links, one for that program and another one to start your camera feed and microphone. So let's go to our Chrome browser. You cannot use Microsoft Internet Explorer or Edge. Always use Chrome or Firefox. In our case, we set it up on Chrome, so we're going to open up the Chrome page. Now, before we do anything else, because this is our browser, we want to make it smaller like we did with the other page. So we can grab this edge. If it doesn't allow you to grab it, it's because this little box here was not clicked. So once we grab the edge, we want to make it smaller, and then move the whole thing to the upper left, the window, to the upper left corner, until it's right on the corner, and then grab from the bottom right till you see the diagonal arrows, so this way we can resize it when we grab it with our mouse. Basically, we're going to bring this over to that second red line, or the left 2/3 size of the page, and we could just let it go down right around there. And now we have our browser, or we can go over here to our PowerPoint. Having the screen smaller like this allows us to toggle back and forth from one to the other. And this one has to be this big at least. Otherwise, if it's smaller, it's not going to look good on our end. Now, let's go ahead and go to our email and look for an email that says something that comes from us, TVP Live or whoever the client is, that says something like join our webcast live stream today, and the links will be enclosed. So I'm going to open up that email. You're going to have two different links, one for the PowerPoint, and the other one is a vMix call, which is going to be for your camera and microphone. Let's start with the PowerPoint because we started with the PowerPoint here. We're going to click on the link. It will start a program called Whereby. We don't want to activate the camera and microphone because we want to send the PowerPoint. So let's request permission first and continue without devices. If a pop-up comes up here to choose devices, camera or microphone, just click cancel or deny. So we will continue without the devices, and then we have to knock because this is a private room, so we'll hit knock and wait for a reply. Once we are accepted, the screen will look like this, and now we want to send our PowerPoint feed by sharing the screen. This is the share screen button down here, so I'm going to click that. And now we have to choose which screen we're going to share. Your entire screen? No, because we just want to send that PowerPoint. And that's going to be under Application Window. So if we click Application Window and we come down here to PowerPoint Slideshow, that's what we want to send them. So we'll left click on that to choose and hit Share. And you'll see that it just pops up your PowerPoint. And now I can go forward or backwards or use the keyboards left and right to go forwards and backwards on the slides. And this concludes step 2 of our 3-step instructions. Now let's go back to our browser, and we're going to go back to our email, and now we can start up our vMix call. So we go down to the second link, and we're going to click that link, which should open up the vMix call button. We're going to type in our name. Of course, you're going to type your name, not that. Just click the join call. It will automatically start your camera, and here I am on camera, and you can see your PowerPoint on the right side. Now we want to close this window here. This is kind of a default window that is included in the vMix call. So let's come down here to this green button here and click it, and that will close that box. It's just a box like a mirror so you can see yourself. And we'll close that. And here we go. We're ready to go. We can start our program, and we got the camera going. I'm on the left here. We got the PowerPoint going over there. If I come over here to click on the PowerPoint, don't worry about it taking over the screen, because basically it is just following my lead here. Next, let's position yourself in the center of the screen. There's too much headroom here, so we want to physically move your computer or camera so that the top of your head is almost touching the top of the screen, and this is going to be right around there. So I'm going to go up just a tiny bit, and so we have about 1 to 2 inches, approximate space. That's what you're looking for to get a nice sweet spot. Now let's move over to our PowerPoint. So when we're ready to start the PowerPoint as we're speaking, I'm going to click over here, and now I can start my PowerPoint. Decreases in testosterone, increase in cortisol, gender similarities and hypothesis, family developmental context, new dads and myths. So you get the idea. It's easy to just go forward or backwards using the left and right arrow keys. And when you're done at the last slide, all you have to do is click back to the left browser and continue your program, because the director will probably fly out this PowerPoint and bring in another guest for questions and answers. And it's that easy. That's all there is to it. 3 parts, 3 sections on the monitor, and you're ready to go. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on my cell, 818-489-9653. This is Rich Tamayo saying over and out.